Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have a new tutorial for you. Today we are about to make a battery pack for this device right here. You know, there are just some phones out there that is very difficult to come across your battery. So right now, pardon my voice, but you just have to do a voiceover over this and get this done. So first, we see the device, and we have some few test batteries that we need to use it for. That's batteries we are going to insert. Yeah, almost the same size, and this other one is the bad batteries. So, points to note: these batteries we use to just test the device to show if it's actually working properly and if it's not something wrong with the device itself. So what we do first is disconnect the battery circuit. Remember, you always have to use the original battery circuit if it's not yet bad. As for this case, we have the battery circuit and it's in perfect working condition, so you just have to solder that off. It's kind of hard if you're doing it for your first time, but to make it easy, you just put some soda paste on it and heat it up. It will just give way like I'm doing right here. I'm sorry I don't have the proper equipment to do this, but you just have to bear with me. You have to work with what you have. Yeah, removing this masking tape to prevent short circuiting and all that. So we put the new batteries. As you can see, the terminals of these batteries are pretty close to each other than the original, so we just have to improvise. Have to work with what you have, like I said. So this is gonna be the replacing batteries, the batteries which is going to fit in our device. So firstly, you measure it up, see what you can fix before putting it in place. As you can see, I am about to mask off the area which one of the terminals might short circuit due to their closeness. So to make that easy, also doing this process to make it a lot easier, you need flex. Is it makes it really easy to do soldering, but if you don't have it, what can you do? So this is the area, the other side of the batteries where we were concerned about their proximity with the circuit board. So what we have to do here now is use this cable to do the connection the old-fashioned way. The whole idea, the whole point of this video is to show that those phones out there that you can't really get those batteries, especially for those people down in Africa who face it really difficult to get things due to online access. You just have to improvise with what you do have. Okay, with that done, we run a test fit first to see if the phone is gonna power on. There is never enough time to do this. You just have to do it, if possible, every single step of the way. We are dealing with electronic devices here, so the slightest mistake, you just burn the whole device. So you just have to be really careful on doing this, and you really have to put in some, you just have to test it. As you can see, the device boots up well, as if it was with its original batteries. But then again, the only difference between the batteries is just the circuit, the battery circuit. So if you do use the original battery circuit, it's like you're using the same battery as long as it fits in the bag. Yeah. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We do videos like this all the time, though we do come across issues of posting, but we are working on that. So right now it's prepping the batteries for final installation. And one thing you should always know is whenever you're working with solder irons and things like this, it's always good to have something to clean the tip of your soldering iron with. So the purpose of this video was how to do batteries with common tools and everyday things you find around. Here we are using an 80 grit sandpaper to clean up the tip of the solder iron. You might use a sponge or whatever you can get, and if you have the opportunity to go and get a solder cleaner from a shop around you, that would be great. But still, use whatever you can. Now we mask the battery terminals to avoid short circuiting with the casing of the phone, with where it's going to sit. And we trim off the edge. I'm using an old kitchen knife right here. For those who don't have a blade or a surgical or whatever tool the professionals do use to do this, you can always go back to your common hand tools. So we put it to see if it fits and if everything works great. And as you can see for yourself, everything is perfect. So we are just going to screw it down. And another thing I want you all to notice is whenever you're doing such, you should also check to see if other components are actually disturbing your phone from booting properly. Like in my situation, this batteries holder that I'm installing right now was also part of the problem that the phone had. Every time I install it, the phone face difficulties in booting. In fact, it does not boot. And even if you boot the phone on, then you screw it down. Whenever you off it, it would not come on again. So after trying to put the phone on, I took it out. There the fingerprint sensor goes. Moment of truth. So everything is now good. Just doing final checkup and see. As you can see, I'm installing the metal battery holder after the phone is on, but in a short while I realized that was part of the phone's problem, so I just had to take that out. Okay, now let's try a charger to see if the batteries actually charges. Most of this phone, when you do change your batteries and the phone detects a wrong batteries, it would refuse to charge. But in my situation, since we are using the original battery circuit, it detects the phone detects uh, a normal battery and it charges well. Like, share, subscribe, and click the notification button for more videos like this.